The schedule is out, and the Raiders have zero primetime games. Welcome back to the channel. Name is The Good Raider. I hesitated because I have other names. The Good Raider is not my birth name, obviously. Name is The Good Raider. If you're joining us, please hit that like, hit that subscribe for more Raider news, Raider topics, and check out all the other videos. I got a bunch of shorts for you guys to enjoy. But before we get started, the channel does need your support, so please like the videos, like the channel, like the this, and like the that. Today, we're going to talk about the NFL schedule that just got released, and the Las Vegas Raiders, in a shocking twist, because actually, no, it doesn't happen to the Raiders very often. It does not happen to the Raiders very often. But the Raiders have zero primetime games this year. If you are joining us, we just started. Thank you for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're going to get started now. As I said before, the topic of today is the Raiders have zero primetime games. How bad of a look exactly is this for the Raiders to get zero primetime games? So it's not entirely good. It's not, because the Raiders are a legacy team. The Raiders are like the Cowboys. They are a legacy team. They should generally always get a primetime game, because they generally always do get a primetime game, because we're the Raiders. Obviously, we're going to get a primetime game. So in that regard, I don't think we can pretend like this somehow isn't like entirely bad. Isn't bad at all. Like, there's a little bit of bad in it. There's a little bit of bad in it that we should normally get a primetime game. So, that aside, though, there's one really, really good news about the Raiders not getting a primetime game. That is that, yeah, the Raiders don't really know who their quarterback is going to be by the end of the season, right? Legitimate, we know that by the end of the season, Fernando Mendoza may be starting, or Kirk Cousins may be starting. We don't really know. So in that sense, it kind of makes sense that the Raiders didn't get a primetime game, because there is uncertainty about the team regarding who the quarterback is going to be. And whenever people watch football, they want to watch stars. Whenever people watch sports, they want to watch stars. And at the most important position for the Raiders, there is a star waiting, but that star may not be starting the season. So that's one good note there. At least if the Raiders have a primetime game, it's not going to be a wasted primetime game on a non-competitive, star-studded team. So the Raiders as a whole, because we are rebuilding, and if you look at the other teams who did not get a primetime game, those are also teams that are rebuilding. And the idea there is, we don't really know if you're going to be entertaining enough for people to watch primetime, so we're not going to risk it. The third part, though, that's really good is what the NFL has started doing several years ago, which is to have flex primetime games in the late season. Okay, this is specifically designed for teams that are the talk of the NFL. So we're talking playoff hunt teams. And the reason why this is good is all those teams who didn't get a primetime game, if for some reason we're talking playoff, guess who gets those primetime slots? It's going to be those teams. Even if they're not like a 13-wing team, even if they're just a team that's like trying to squeak into the playoffs, if you happen to be a team with a young quarterback, with a young core group of guys who are playing their hearts off, and you're trying to sneak into the playoff, or you're already in the playoff, but you're trying to get a little bit better spot, it's those teams that will get slotted into those positions. So in that sense, the Raiders don't have a primetime game to start the season, but there's still an opportunity based on the NFL to get a primetime game late season, which would be much more important of a time to get a primetime game. So here's the interesting part. So if you really want to know how this is going to go, we should look at the teams that the Raiders are playing towards the end of the season, right? So the number one thing about this schedule that we should note is the Raiders have a late bye, a pretty late bye. Week 13 is our bye. That's a pretty late bye. But again, keep in mind, the Raiders quarterback question is still the question. Because now you could see a scenario where, yes, Kirk Cousins starts all the way to week 12. By then, by week 12, we should know if we're hunting for a playoff or if we're hunting for a top 10 overall pick. By week 12, we should have a pretty good idea about that. This would be a really, really good time to bring in Mendoza against whom, ladies and gentlemen, against the Chargers, week 14. Okay. This is where we might see Fernando Mendoza. This is it. Now, the NFL uses an algorithm to calculate scheduling. I believe the NFL uses an AI algorithm to do that, to calculate all the parameters to award primetime games. So, no, it is not a coincidence that in week 13 you get a bye, and in week 14 you're coming back and facing the Chargers. Where? In LA. Because guess what? The Chargers are a home game for the Raiders. Everybody knows that. So, Fernando Mendoza could potentially be going to LA to go start his NFL debut in week 14 against the Chargers at SoFi Stadium. That will be extremely fun to watch. This would be a mwah of a game to watch against Justin Herbert. So, there is a logic to the NFL calculation of its scheduling. It's not random anymore. There is a logic to it. And keep in mind, again, after week 14, who else do we face? The Broncos. So we go right from bye week into two games, into two rival games that Mendoza could be playing both of them, Chargers and the Broncos. And then we go straight to Tennessee. We're talking a gauntlet for whoever the quarterback is going to be here, right? LA is home for us. That's fine. Denver is not home for us. And Tennessee Titans are definitely not home for us. So Mendoza, if he comes in week 14, starts week 14 because the season's already lost, we could be facing a rival, and then going to Tennessee to go face Cam Ward, a second-year QB. I love that. I'm just going to say, I love that. Oh, actually, no, let me, this is a home game. I don't like, I'm so sorry. The Raiders did the scheduling really, they wrote it really weirdly. This is a home game and this is a home game. Is it? No, it's not. No, those are not home games. If it's, all three are home games. Oh my God. Guys, the way the Raiders did this is just weird. At Cardinals. This is at Cardinals. So all three of these are home games. So Fernando Mendoza could start his NFL season with 3 home games against the Chargers, a rival, against the Broncos, a rival, and against Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward, second year. All of it could be home games. I do believe that the NFL is trying to, I believe that the algorithm that the NFL use, their primary calculation for the Raiders is, where are you going to be after week 12? Because you got a quarterback that's going to be waiting behind Kirk Cousins. This is your time to slot him in. And guess what? Here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to give you 3 home games, 3 really good home games against rivals and Tennessee and against the second-year quarterback. This is really good scheduling for the Raiders. This is a really good scheduling to put people in the seats. Okay. Let's go back to the top because game 1, week 1 is the Dolphins. So we are going to Miami. Going to Miami. I don't know, Will Smith, whatever. That was a song he did. All right, we're going to Miami. Not worried about that game. we should probably beat Miami Dolphins because the Miami Dolphins are kind of just like the Raiders here. They are in a rebuild, but we should be able to beat the Dolphins. Even if we don't, it's fine. Both teams are in a rebuild. The gauntlet here for the Raiders, actually, versus means at home. So the Dolphins are coming to Allegiant, and then we'll go. So Allegiant home game, and then SoFi Chargers home game, and then we go to New Orleans, and then okay, so this is the gauntlet for the Raiders. It actually starts with the Saints, because we're going to New Orleans, right? The Saints are not a bad team. They have Tyler Shirk, who plays really well, so they're actually not a bad team. They're like a good middle of the road team. The Saints have always been a good middle of the road team. They've been a good middle of the road team since Drew Brees. That they've just been a middle of the road team, right? So they're always gonna be middle until they figure it out. So that's a good game. And then the Chiefs coming home, coming to Allegiant, right? That's hard. And then we go straight to New England. That's a gauntlet. See, these 3 games, and then the Buffalo Bills come to us, which is good that the Buffalo Bills are coming to us. That's really good. I don't mind going to Foxborough. I feel like we are in. I feel like we are in their heads. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the Raiders are in the Patriots' heads. We are in their heads. Yeah, we have Tom Brady. He belongs to us now. Sorry, all your championships don't matter anymore. He belongs to us, especially if he wins a championship for us. Josh McDaniels, we ran him out of town. Even though I'm actually a Josh McDaniels fan, we ran him out of town. And then we went to their home last year and clobbered them. No, actually, I think they came to us last year, and we beat them down. So yeah, no, we're gonna beat New England again. We're in their head, and their coaches, dude. New England is either about to be an amazing team or that franchise is about to crumble because there's so much scandal. The legacies are moving away. I honestly think their hope would be if Josh McDaniels gets promoted and finally he takes that as just a chance to just be himself and just be relaxed and just turns that franchise around. Because I don't know if Mike Vrabel is going to be staying there for very long. There's only so much noise a franchise can handle before it's time to just part ways. That might be coming soon. But trust me, Josh McDaniels might be about to get an absolute gift because he needs one more chance. And maybe that's the perfect spot for him to get that chance. Buffalo. Buffalo's Buffalo. The crazy thing about Buffalo is they will drop the most random games that you would not expect them to drop. Buffalo will do that. Buffalo will just drop a game that you'll just be like, Buffalo, why are you dropping that game? That's them. The Rams don't drop games. Yeah, the Rams don't drop games. But the good news is the Rams are coming to Allegiant. So this is a gauntlet, but it's not really a terrible gauntlet. It's kind of a logical, justifiable gauntlet. If the Raiders can come out of this gauntlet here, then we go to New York. The Jets, we go to New York, and this could be a really fun game. This could be an interesting game because of Geno Smith, right? Again, Geno Smith is a good quarterback. If anyone tells you he's not a good quarterback, that's a lie. Geno Smith is a very good quarterback. He was drafted as a good quarterback, and he was always a good quarterback. He just didn't have a really good year with the Raiders. So don't downplay Geno Smith. Plus, he's going to be pretty pissed off. So, as some Raider fans, because some Raider fans were, they were what they were. We know what happened. He did this. They did that. I say both people were wrong. Both groups were wrong. Fans, you got to treat players better. Sorry, but you do. They're not your slaves. Anyways, let's move on. But I would love to see that game. And then we go back to the Bay. Yep. My friend is here just waiting for the Raiders to come to the Bay. Oh, he's been waiting. We're going to go in there and we're going to dial up that buzzing, electrical buzzing. We're going to just dial it up a bit. Maybe get a few more I won't say it because I don't wish injuries on anyone. But by the time we get to the Niners, history suggests that the Niners are going to be getting close to kind of falling apart here. Yeah, the Niners do fall apart. The Niners fall apart for a bit before they kind of figure it out again. So week 9 is about the part. It's about the time where, historically speaking, the Niners kind of start to fall apart because they start to accumulate more injuries. So the injury thing with the Niners is we don't know what it is, but whatever it is, the Niners get injured a lot. They've been getting injured a lot since Mike Shanahan's tenure. They've just been getting hurt a lot. So by week 4, week 5, you're going to start seeing a couple of people drop. By week 9, you might start to see 3 to 4 to 5 players of the San Francisco 49ers be out for extended time. That's just the Niners. And the gauntlet does not end. Will it ever end? Dude, oh my God. Guys, this is an absolute gauntlet. Look at this game. Okay, so if we're gonna try and predict these 3 games are easy losses or wins, but the Raiders will not be favorites in this game, or this game. And the Raiders will not be favorites in this game. The Raiders might be favorites in this game, but we will not be favorites in this game. And we will not be favorites in this game. And we will not be favorites in this game. Here's why this schedule is really cool. I love this schedule. This is why it's really cool. By week 6, you're going to know if the Raiders are legit in some fashion or not. We're going to know if the Clint Kubiak offense is clicking or if the Rob Leonard defense is showing leg. By week 6, we're going to start figuring that out. Week 7, week 8, this will be a test. This should be a win. By week 9, if we are competing by week 9 against the 49ers, the Raiders are going to start being considered legit. And that conversation about primetime games is going to start showing up. Because if Kirk Cousins is still in here, that's good news. So when is the earliest possible time for Mendoza to start? Here is where the earliest possible time for Mendoza to start will be. Week 8. The earliest possible time for Mendoza to start will be week 8. That is, you win a game. Let's say you win a game, Dolphins. I'll bypass the Chargers because I will not imagine the Chargers ever beating the Raiders. I'm sorry. No, thank you. You drop a game here, like, oh no, you could have won that, but you dropped it. This is that you lost this game because Kirk Cousins made a mistake game. That's gonna be this game. This is a game where if we lose it, it's going to be either we weren't competitive at all, or it was just like, oh, Kirk Cousins dropped the game. If Mendoza starts week 8, by week 4, Kirk Cousins is still in because it's the Chiefs, and we kind of want to give them the most competitive game possible. Even if Kirk Cousins throws away week 3, week 4, it's still going to be Kirk Cousins. But it's against the Chiefs, so regardless, Kirk Cousins will bounce back this game, and it'll be competitive, and then it's going to go again against New England again, because at this point, there's really no reason taking him out. And against the Rams, no. If by the end of week 7, we're like 1-6, week 8 is when it would make sense for Mendoza to start. He goes to New York. Yeah, sure. He goes to New York, big stage, but he's Mendoza. He can handle it. And then he goes to San Francisco, but it's fine. It's Mendoza. He can handle it. And then he comes home to a roaring crowd against the champions at Allegiant. Yeah, week 8 will be the earliest time that I think Mendoza will start. If you really want to be persnickety and just be like, no, we are a much better team than what Cousins is showing us. Cousins lost week 1. He gets blown out week 2 by week 3. Oh my God, this thing is falling apart. Let's give it one more shot. Week 4, it's terrible. Okay, no, we're done. Week 5, Mendoza comes in. This is if the Raiders are 0-4 and it's like really bad 0-4. Like, no, this team should be better. Kirk Cousins is throwing this game away. Fans are unhappy. It's New England. We're in their heads already. We're in their heads. Bring in Mendoza and get more in their heads and just beat them up with the rookie. And everyone's like, oh shit, Mendoza's for real. And then he comes home against Josh Allen. My God, that would be fun as hell. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my breakdown of the likely scenarios of when Mendoza would be starting for the Las Vegas Raiders. It would not be week 1. The earliest possible time, I believe, would be week 5 in New England, because this is if the Raiders are 0-4. In New England would be the first possible time in week 5. The next possible time would be week 8. This is if the Raiders are like 1-6 or 2 no, it would have to be 1-6, and it would have to be that we won a game and then we kind of started dropping a bunch of games, and then he comes in week 8 again, going to New York. But I believe the earliest actual time that the NFL would prefer to see Mendoza come in would be week 13. And this would be if the Raiders are like 3-10. The season is pretty much over. You could still make a run and squeeze in. Oh, can you? No, 3-10. No. You can't make a. Can you make a squeeze at 3-10? No. 4-10, 5-10, 6-10, 7-10, 8-10. No. So yeah. So by week 13, the season will be over, right? 12. So that's actually 12 games. So that would be if the Raiders are 2-10, 2-10. Even if they're like 3-9, 3-9, you could squeeze in depending on what's happening. 4-8. Would you start Mendoza at 4-8? Yes, you will start Mendoza at 4-8. If you go 3-1 to start the season, you beat the Saints, you beat the Chiefs, you lose to the Bills, right? You lose to the Bills, and then you kind of just started dropping games, dropping. You maybe win one more game, maybe beat Denver or something, but then lose to Cleveland, and it's clear that Cousins is done. He has no more to give in that regard, and then you bring in So I think week 13 is the preferred spot that the NFL would like to see Mendoza come in. At least that's what the NFL algorithm is thinking on that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to end this segment of the NFL Raiders schedule. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. And now we'll move to the next schedule. The next topic, which is we are going to talk about the Raiders schedule release videos, which was kind of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back talking about the Raiders schedule. I want to talk about the Raiders schedule video. It was kind of a fun video. The Raiders, for their scheduling video, did a riff of Step Brothers. Step Brothers, the movie with C. Riley. I don't remember his first name. C. Riley and Will Ferrell. If you've not seen Step Brothers, it's a funny movie. They did a riff on it, and it was kind of fun. So this is the Raiders scheduling release video.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Fernando.
You're gonna have to call me Kirk O'Chains.
Cool. You're gonna have to call me the Nandalorian.
This is the way. Presented by Allegiant. I like it. Initially, I love the fit.
Fernando.
I love what they're wearing. They're dorks.
You're gonna have to
They're,
call me Coco Chains.
they are. So the idea about what's it called, Step Brothers? It was called Step Brothers. Is that they were grown men who were still babies because their parents babied the hell out of them, and then their parents divorced their moms, and then they got married to each other's moms, and they became stepbrothers. And no, I actually have not seen the movie, but I know enough about Will Ferrell and Mr. Riley, and I've seen enough movies like Old School and movies like that to kind of know. But they're basically grown babies who still live with their parents.
Cool. You're gonna have to call me the Mandalorian.
This is the way.
So this is the
That's
locker
the
room.
shield.
And rule number 1 is do not step on the shield.
That's rule number one.
these around it.
Don't do it.
What if I?
Don't do it. So what's the best Star Wars movie? Empire Strikes Back or Rogue One?
Ha! Trick question. Star Wars: A New Hope, which was originally titled just Star Wars in 1977, but then they changed it to Star Wars: A New Hope in 1981.
I don't believe Mendoza knows that fact. I don't believe Mendoza knows that fact. I don't think he knows that fact. I think someone gave him that fact, which is cool. I like it.
Say your favorite football play on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Turbo right, 63 wide shallow. Jinx.
That was a sin in the movie.
Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
That was also a sin in the movie.
Nice!
I'm about to.
Oh, okay. NFL joke. Measuring. Yeah, that's NFL joke. Okay. Yes, Mendoza's hands are big enough. Who was known for having? He's wearing Return of the Jedi shirt. Who was known for not having? Kenny Pickett has small hands. Was this Kenny Pickett? Yeah, Kenny Pickett has small hands. There's another NFL quarterback that was known for having small hands.
Nice!
I think Mendoza has big hands. Mendoza's taller than Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins is like 6'3", 6'4". Mendoza's 6'5". Yeah, it looks like
I'm about to
3'4".
show you the most prized possession from my 15-year NFL career.
Thank you for trusting me.
It's so crazy that you can actually tell that Mendoza is taller than Kirk Cousins. It's not crazy how you can Mendoza looks bigger than Kirk Cousins.
Oh my, it's beautiful.
Doesn't he? He looks bigger. Now, Kirk Cousins has more cut on his shoulders, I think. But Kirk Cousins is older, so his body is more mature. But yeah, Mendoza just looks bigger, doesn't he?
Chains?
This is a signed sword from Las Vegas' own Donny Osmond.
I loved them in Joseph the Musical.
Go, 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 Joseph, you know what they say. Don't stare at this too long.
There he goes.
There's Max Crosby with the sack.
Hit him with that. The Dolphins. Ooh, chopstick. Ooh, we're gonna eat him up. I love that. You don't eat dolphins. The dolphins are cute. Yes, they're tired. The Chargers are just tired. I'm sorry. The Chargers are just tired. That's it. They're tired. Justin Herbert is already tired. And he's only been there for 3 seasons, and he's already tired. They're just tired. Chargers are tired. Yeah, the Jets they're just a little confused. They're still trying to figure it out. I like that. Oh, Chiefs, Kingdom. The kingdom is done. Oh, we broke the kingdom apart. I love that.
It's about that time.
The kingdom is done. It's done. Patrick Mahomes got injured. It's done. It's done. It's over. No more. It's done. No, he will not win another Super Bowl. It's done.
We invite you.
Okay, week 5, Patriots. It was a fumble. I'm telling you, we are in the Patriots' heads. We are just spoon feeding on their brains. It was a fumble. They will never forget it. And we got Tom Brady now. He belongs to us. The Buffalo Bills. Okay, you know what I said about the Buffalo Bills? That they always just kind of drop a game. The Buffalo Bills just like drop a game. The most random. Why are you dropping that game? That's what this is. The Buffalo Bills will just kind of drop a game. Also, the Bills Mafia. This is kind of their sign thing. You put a baby on the. It's like a miniature football stadium, right? That's kind of their thing. The Rams. The Rams are old. That's the idea. The Rams are old. I agree. The Rams are old. The Rams are old. You're done. Put in Ty Simpson already. You're old.
To the
Get out of here.
slaughterhouse.
Welcome to the slaughterhouse. Nice. I love it. The Jets. Crash and burn, baby. Crash and burn. That's what that is. Crash and burn, baby. I love it. Man, the Jets is simple. Dude, the Jets are going to burn through draft picks like it's nobody's business. Ooh, 49ers. Fool's gold. Fool's gold. Would I have preferred some kind of electrical mainstream kind of joke? Yeah, but everybody else was kind of going for that. Fool's gold. Because guess what? You've got the coach, you've got the quarterback, but you still just can't win that Super Bowl. You just can't win that Super Bowl. The Seahawks. Okay, the Seahawks are disheveled. That's what I see. I see disheveled. Okay. Not a whole lot we can say about the Seahawks. They're the champion. They're the championship team. Can't say anything about them. They're actually good. I like that. The Broncos, whatever. Broncos. They're just angry for no reason. Broncos. Even their dude, Sean Payton is just an angry dude for no reason. He's just angry at something. All right, who's next? The dogs are slipping on a banana peel. I love it. Oh, okay. Bye week is Catalina Wine Mixer. Catalina, yeah, okay, nice. Yeah. I like that. I mean, the Browns, the Browns are the most confusing organization in the NFL. By a mile. The Browns make no sense even to the Browns. You keep drafting quarterbacks. The Browns have I think the Browns are legitimately up to 6 quarterbacks who are competing for a job, for a starting position. Because no, Shedeur Sanders is not the starter. Shedeur Sanders is not the best quarterback on their roster. Deshaun Watson is still technically the best quarterback on their roster. But they drafted another speedy Deshaun Watson type of quarterback to see what they can get out of that. Yo, the entire Browns home field is banana peels, and they're just slipping on all of them. It's unbelievable.
Did we just become best friends?
The Titans. Oops. Okay. Why would it be an oops? They break the sword. Okay, so the Titans are coming to a legion with the Titans sword, and oops, they're breaking the sword. Okay. My cousin is a Titans fan. The birds are drunk and asleep. The birds are drunk and asleep. Oh, the Cardinals. You are drunk and asleep. I'm sorry. Everyone knows that. Cardinals. Can't fix. Okay. To be fair to the Cardinals, they are rebuilding. And to be even more fair, once Marvin Harrison Jr. figures this out, I do think the Cardinals are going to be they're going to have a really good number one offense. Wide receiver, and I think he will. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. will figure out because he actually is a really good receiver in college, and he has a legacy, the pedigree. Maybe he just has to get out of his own head, but he's only going into his I believe 3rd year. So yeah, no, I think he'll be totally fine. Oh, Radio World Order RWO, a riff on the NWO. Okay. Whoever did this scheduling, I like it. Let me look some more. Let's find some more Easter eggs. Yes, this was actually this pic. Oh, this picture is so freaking fantastic. Whoever took this picture, this is such a good ass picture. I'm gonna clip that. I love that picture. I'm gonna clip that. Actually, let's clip the whole segment here. I love this picture. The aesthetic of it, oh, so good. I will release an Easter egg video for. Let's see what else we got.
We invite you.
Catalina wine mixer. What is Catalina wine mixer? Oh, he's wearing a Mandalorian Grogu shirt. Catalina wine mixer. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna look for it. That is a premier wine tasting and music festival held annually at the Discano Beach Club in Catalina Island, California. Okay. So it's a California. I didn't even know that. I didn't know it was a. Wait. Is that on the island? Oh, okay. So the Catalina wine taster is originally a fictional, absurdly high stakes helicopter leasing event from the 2008 cult classic Step Brothers, and it's since been brought to life as a real world summer. Really? That is so interesting. Okay, yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing.
To the slaughterhouse.
That's the song "Welcome to the Slaughterhouse." Who's the artist for "Welcome to the Slaughterhouse"? Ooh, Spotify changed their Spotify changed their logo. Spotify literally changed their logo today. Drake's album also came out today. Slaughterhouse. Welcome to the Slaughterhouse. It's I don't know if it's called Welcome to the Slaughterhouse, but nope, not that. Okay, whatever that song is called, I'll find that song later. No. He's wearing a Okay, so this is a heavy Star Wars theme. I believe Step Brothers did have a heavy Star Wars theme. Is that why they're going with a heavy Star Wars theme? Because this is heavy Star Wars theme, which gives me many ideas. Yoda, of course. Cousins. Okay, you see this here? So one of the things with Step Brothers is one brother was moving into the house of the other brother, and that the brother whose house it was pretty much bullying the person moving in until the scene where they became best friends. So they were pretty much bullying each other, and that gets to this idea of Cousins already set up, and right here Mendoza is not set up. So Cousins obviously being the bigger brother, he's having his liberties. And you can also see that Cousins is the one who has the shirts that have stuff on them. And most of what Fernando is wearing is just plain outfit. Another Catalina wine. Okay, so they're going to be drinking a lot of wine together.
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah, I already mentioned this. RWO, NWO, New World Order.
Yep.
Because I believe the brothers were also big wrestling fans in the movie. I believe that's the reason why for this. Okay. That was excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. As always, hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's a flex day, so that will be the end of stream for today. I've got other things to do, but be on the lookout for more content coming your way. Have a wonderful